Declan.
Cameron.
Matthias.
Anikka.
Albie.
Damn, you're fucking up, man.
Do you know your eye tattoo?
Yes.
Okay. So, like, as a trans person, I was, like, given a body, like, with, like, different parts that, like, I don't agree with, that I, like, couldn't have controlled. It was, like, unbeknownst to me. But, like, with tattooing, I can, like, reclaim my agency, like, change my body in a way that, like, I want it to, and, like, make it beautiful in a way that, like, I want it to, and as a tattooer, give that experience to other trans and queer folk who, like, were born into a body that they didn't find comfortable.
The really raw creativity that people bring to the tattoo scene, you're not gonna find in a chop shop. I think people feel more comfortable like pushing the boundaries of what they find aesthetic. The creation of the piece in conjunction with the ending result, like the aesthetic result of the piece. The ritual of designing flash or doing freehand work. Flash is basically drawings or designs that you'll release, and then people can like pick what they want tattooed. DIY artists will do freehand work as well, so like they work in a specific style, like draw it on the body instead of like printing out a stencil and then tattoo what was drawn. So it's like more of a stylistic difference too. Like if you're doing something very hyper specific, then I feel like most people will usually do stencil work. If you work in your own vibe, you'll just draw it on and make it fit the body in a really specific way. I would not be where I am today if it weren't for the community of people that I've met being part of the DIY scene. I just did a trade earlier today. This is Goth Cat Dog on Instagram. They freehanded this, so they like drew the design on. I kind of told them like, oh, I'd like it here, and then they drew it on, and we like adjusted the design a little bit, and then they tattooed it right then and there. I love trading with other artists. It's really cool to like be able to give someone your art and get some of their art in return. How you make connections, that's how you meet people, that's how you kind of get your name out there. Everybody that I know that I've traded with has been so cool and kind. And so many people in this community care so much about the art that they produce. That is just such an inspiring vibe to be a part of.
My name is Angel. I grew up in Georgia, around Hillsborough. It was a good childhood. All I remember is that someone peer pressured me into like stepping on a pile of ants, and ever since then I've been kind of depressed. Tattooing was a trauma response. I had stuff stolen from me last year. I always do this thing where I want to do something with my life whenever I get fucked over. I spent all my grad money on tattoo equipment just to make sure that I was being sanitary. This is like all my first tattoos on myself. I would just like manually tattoo myself at 3 in the morning. It's like crazy how much people trust you and you don't know shit. My first tattoo was on the forearm and they liked it. After that I tattooed their buddy. I did like 3 tattoos that night. Tattoos itself have kind of like lost meaning to me because I don't really look at my own body that much. I forget that I even have tattoos unless it's on like my hand. So what it means to me is just experiences and people I get to meet because of this, and like being able to do like cool shit like travel. I always wanted to do it in my life and didn't know how or when. Doing it now, it's like really beautiful. I'm really grateful. Everyone's kind of young, including me, on my team. They're still trying to figure a lot of things out. I think it's beautiful at the same time. I've met wonderful tattooers. This tattoo scene in general is just still so young, and there's still like so much more potential. You know, I wasn't really around artistic people my entire life. I had a chance to be, but I just didn't, and like I was just like my own like echo chamber for a long time. So it's really nice to like see people who like kind of think in the same wavelength. In a way, all the tattoos have meaning because it's associated with the person you got it from. Most of my tattoos don't have meaning themselves, but I hold meaning in the experiences I made with other people who tattooed me. It's a win-win or a lose-lose. You have a shitty person tattoo you, and you have like a tattoo that reminds you of bad things. This was the trade that this artist that I really looked up to. I hold myself to like a very low degree. So it was like made me really happy that someone that I looked up to cared enough to want to like take the time to do that with me, you know? I'm trying to learn who I really am. These tattoos kind of like make me feel like me more. I'm a person who tries to be free, not confined. I felt confined my entire life because of parents, you know, and stuff like that. Finding out who me is just like realizing that I can do anything I want. My creative process is like letting my client decide where it looks right for them. I like working with people. I don't know what you truly want, so it's just like really nice and like we can work together. I think I can safely say that I've come to a point where I do decent tattoos. I have other aspirations, but it's like with tattooing, I want to constantly get better. Can't see myself staying still. Get inspired by what I could be. I would say that every step I get closer to like the person who I want to be, I'll be more satisfied, but I feel like I'll never be satisfied with that. I'm tired. I'm done. Like, this is my last tattoo for about 2 weeks. I haven't had a break in 6 months now. I didn't know how to pace myself, and I still don't. I'm tired, but knowing that like I worked really hard and we were able to make it happen. Rena brought me here for like to touch this. I think like my spirit's alive in some way instead of me like working some job stuff. I really like Mark Chagall and like Daniel Johnson. I have like nervous tremors, and so that ends up like being integrated into the tattoo. It catches everything. Whenever you look at it, it's not like just looking straight at like it's to be like perfect. I think it's a transformative experience. Tattoos themselves don't have to be inherently like meaningful whenever you do that. You end up like connecting with the person in a sort of way and like walking them through pain. And being tattooed at least like inevitably brings you into the present moment because you can't pull your attention away from the fact that bodies being invaded. It sucks to like inflict that, you know, coming from the perspective of like, oh, pain is bad, but by being tattooed, you end up adopting like a pretty like non-dualistic approach to approach these sensations as just sensations. It's weird. Tattooing's so fucking weird. Like, have fun and explore the medium as if it weren't permanent, because everything is impermanent. And if you have friends who want to be tattooed by you and they know that it's a labor of love and they're passionate about receiving something from you that is beyond aesthetic things, like just, you know, do it and like try and experience joy while you're doing it.